welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's as diverse as the human experience itself, sexuality across cultures. We're talking about the juicy stuff, the fascinating ways different cultures view love, relationships, and everything in between. From ancient traditions to modern attitudes shaped by globalization, we're going on a global journey to explore the incredible spectrum of human intimacy. Buckle up, because things are about to get interesting. Get ready to challenge your assumptions and broaden your horizons as we unpack the beautiful tapestry of human connection.
All right, first stop, the land of the rising sun, Japan. Now, Japan is known for its politeness, its technology, and of course, its interesting relationship with sexuality. See, in Japan, there's a clear distinction between public and private life. In public, it's all about decorum and respect. PDA? Forget about it. But behind closed doors, it's a different story. Japan has a thriving adult entertainment industry and a fascinating concept called love hotels, which are basically short-stay hotels designed for discreet encounters. It's like a whole other world exists once you step past those sliding doors. Think about it. A culture that values privacy so much that they've created specific spaces for intimacy. So what can we learn from Japan? Well, maybe it's about finding that balance between respecting social norms and embracing personal desires. It's a delicate dance. But hey, nobody ever said love was easy, right?
Next up, we're jetting off to the land of croissants, berets, and a certain je ne sais quoi, France. The French are comfortable with sexuality. They're all about romance, passion, and embracing life's pleasures. French cinema, filled with sensual scenes and love affairs. French literature, tales of desire and forbidden romance. And the French kiss, a passionate embrace. They value individuality and freedom of choice, embrace sensuality, approach love with adventure, and remember, a little romance never hurt anyone.
Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to a region steeped in history, tradition, and a whole lot of complexity. The Middle East. Now, when it comes to sexuality, the Middle East often gets painted with a broad brush, but the reality is far more nuanced. Yes, many countries in the Middle East are influenced by conservative religious beliefs, which often emphasize modesty and restrict premarital sex. Public displays of affection can be frowned upon, and gender roles are often more traditional. But that doesn't mean that love and desire don't exist. Within the context of marriage, intimacy is often celebrated as a gift from God, a way to strengthen the bond between husband and wife. From Lebanon's more liberal attitudes to Saudi Arabia's stricter interpretations of Islamic law, there's a spectrum of beliefs and practices within the region.
Chapter 4. The Netherlands, openness, honesty, and that awkward talk. Get ready to have your mind blown, people, because we're about to enter a world of openness and honesty that would make even your most progressive friend blush. The Netherlands. In the Netherlands, sex education starts in elementary school. They're taught about everything from the birds and the bees to consent, contraception, and healthy relationships. The Netherlands has low rates of teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections, which suggests that their approach to sex education is actually having a positive impact. The Dutch have a very liberal attitude towards sexuality in general. They believe in personal freedom and autonomy, and they see sex as a natural part of life. They're not afraid to talk about it, joke about it, or even have it in public. Chapter 5, India, a tapestry of tradition, religion and change. Namaste everyone, and welcome to India, a land of vibrant colors, rich history and a complex relationship with sexuality. India has a long and storied history of celebrating sensuality. Think about the Kama Sutra, an ancient Indian text that's basically the OG guide to lovemaking, or the erotic sculptures found on temples across the country which depict all sorts of interesting positions. But on the other hand, India is also a deeply religious country, and traditional values often emphasize modesty and premarital abstinence. Arranged marriages are still common in some parts of India, and many couples wait until they're married to have sex. With increasing urbanization and exposure to global influences, younger generations are challenging traditional norms and embracing more liberal views on love, relationships, and intimacy.
Chapter 6: Scandinavia, Equality in the Bedroom and Beyond. Get ready to bundle up in your coziest sweaters, folks, because we're heading north to Scandinavia, a region known for its stunning landscapes, hygge lifestyle, and progressive social policies. When it comes to sexuality, Scandinavia is basically the gold standard of openness and equality. These countries take a very matter-of-fact approach to sex. It's seen as a natural part of life, something to be enjoyed responsibly and without shame. And they're not afraid to back up their progressive values with policies that promote sexual health and well-being. For example, sex education is comprehensive and starts at a young age. Contraception is widely available and often free for young people. And LGBTQ+ rights are among the most advanced in the world. This emphasis on equality extends to the bedroom as well, where consent, communication, and mutual respect are paramount.
Chapter 7: Brazil, where passion ignites and bodies are celebrated. Get ready to shake your hips and let loose, because we're heading to Brazil, a country that knows how to party. From the beaches of Rio to the Amazon, Brazil is a land of vibrant energy and passion. Brazilians bring the heat with their open attitudes and love of physical affection. Carnival takes over the country with colorful parades and elaborate costumes. It's a time to celebrate life, love, and freedom.
Chapter 8: Sub-Saharan Africa, a continent of diversity and tradition. Next stop, we're embarking on a journey to Sub-Saharan Africa, a vast and diverse region with a rich tapestry of cultures, languages, and traditions. Now, talking about sexuality in Sub-Saharan Africa is like trying to summarize a library in a single sentence. It's complicated, to say the least. With 48 countries and over 1 billion people, Sub-Saharan Africa is home to a wide range of beliefs and practices when it comes to love, relationships, and intimacy. In some cultures, traditional values emphasize premarital chastity and fidelity within marriage. Polygamy is also practiced in some communities, although it's becoming less common. And while homosexuality is still widely stigmatized in many countries, there are also growing LGBTQ+ rights movements challenging these norms. Chapter 9: The United States, a melting pot of morals and contradictions. The US, a nation built on freedom and opportunity, but full of contradictions. It's like that friend who's always got a lot going on, a little bit all over the place. Hollywood pumps out movies with gratuitous sex scenes. Meanwhile, politicians debate if we should talk about sex in schools. We're battling between Puritan roots and being open and accepting. Chapter 10: Thailand, Tolerance, Taboos, and the Land of Smiles. Last but not least, we're touching down in Thailand, a country known for its stunning beaches, delicious food, and a fascinating mix of tolerance and taboo when it comes to sexuality. Thailand has a reputation for being very open-minded, especially towards LGBTQ+ people. In fact, Thailand is known for having a thriving LGBTQ+ scene, and transgender people are generally more accepted in Thai society than in many other parts of the world. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Thailand also has a strong Buddhist tradition, which emphasizes modesty and frowns upon public displays of affection. And while sex work is technically illegal in Thailand, it's no secret that the country has a large sex tourism industry. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of sexuality across cultures. We've seen how different societies approach love, relationships, and intimacy in ways that are both fascinating and thought-provoking. The one thing that's clear is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to sexuality. What's considered normal or acceptable in one culture might be taboo in another. By learning about and respecting different cultural attitudes towards sexuality, we can challenge our own assumptions, broaden our perspectives, and ultimately become more understanding and compassionate human beings. Remember, folks, the world is a big, beautiful, and often confusing place. Let's try to embrace the complexity and celebrate the diversity.